Welcome back to Smoked BBQ Source. I'm Ricer and I got the new Weber Q Plus. And there is some nice updated improvements to this very popular portable gas grill. The assembly on the Q Plus was very simple. We couldn't even find any instructions in the user manual to put it together. But honestly, you don't even need any instructions to assemble this grill. There's just the obvious stuff like the lid handle, thermometer, the control knobs, but don't worry because each of the knobs are different sizes so they only fit on the correct valve. The removable side shells, they just pretty much just pop on. The hardest part is making sure that you put the battery in the correct way. It's an electronic ignition on the Q Plus, so make sure that you have the positive going the right direction. For that step, they actually put it in the user manual so you're not gonna screw that part up. The Weber Q Plus can be hooked up to any standard LP tank. I've got a 20-pounder, maybe some of you have those big tall 50-pounders, but if it's the standard size, you're gonna be able to hook it up. It has a long enough hose to sit on the table and reach all the way to the ground to my 20-pound tank. And that's a big deal because you don't want to have to bring a step stool along for your tank or have it like swinging in the air. Plus, when you're not using it, it has a great little clip in the back so you can store that hose. And that's really nice that it's not flopping all around when you're carrying it when you're just trying to put it away. The first thing that you're gonna notice on the Weber Q Plus is that it now has 2 burners. That might be why they call it Q Plus. And it actually is why they call it, because it's a plus burner. That's certainly going to help you get some good sear on a steak, and it could also help you not burn up all your chicken skin when you're trying to just grill up some wings. This new design will certainly help you get a more consistent temperature across that whole cooking surface. The main burner has 18,000 BTUs and the plus burner in the middle has 4,000 BTUs, giving us a total of 22,000 BTUs to make this Weber Q Plus a searing machine. The build quality on the Weber Q Plus is pretty sturdy for such a lightweight and compact grill weighing under 40 pounds. Almost everybody should be able to pick this pit up and carry it around. A good test for me on a gas grill is how fast it takes to light up. On the Weber Q, I just turn the knobs to ignite, and because it has an electric ignition, whambo, it lit up immediately. And another thing that I always judge a gas grill off from is if I had to adjust any of the burners or if I had to sit there and shut it off and let all the gas clear for 5 minutes before I could start it up again. Well, the Weber Q Plus, bingo. Every single time I fired it up, it just starts and runs and keeps up the temperature. That's what you're looking for. On every new grill that I get, I like to do what I call the burn off. So on the Weber Q Plus, I turn both of the burners up to high and let it burn for about 30 minutes. This helps you burn off any debris left over from the manufacturing process. During the burn off, it is also a great time to see how hot the grill is going to get, and the Weber Q Plus got up to 750 degrees. So for all of you that love to get some sear marks on some pork chops, the Q Plus can do it with ease. The first thing that I grilled up on this little gasser is, of course, I had to do up some homemade brats that I made the day before. I preheated the Q Plus for this cook with both burners open up about halfway, and it topped off right around 625 degrees, which is obviously plenty hot enough to be able to grill up some brats, but it also ran pretty efficient too. I was pretty happy to see that the removable side shelf was able to hold a pot of beer brats that I braised up without those shells bending. On the second cook, I cranked it up to high and did some quick seared pork chops for lunch. I was very happy to see that the porcelain enameled cast iron grates certainly can produce one dynamite sear. I mean, just look at the grill marks that I got from this hot and fast cook. Plus, I noticed that there is a lot more cooking space in this grill. I could have easily gotten 8 pork chops on that 320 square inches of cooking space. But hey, it was for me for lunch, and I couldn't eat all 4 of them anyways. So yeah, I ate 3 pork chops, but I didn't eat anything else. Protein. And another thing that I noticed because of the new design, there's plenty of height inside that dome to be able to do 2 whole chickens. Obviously, the next test that I had to do was I had to see how it performed on doing up some cheeseburgers and hot dogs. Well, if you ask me, I think the Weber Q Plus cranked these out of the park. And don't let anybody ever fool you because ketchup always belongs on one of Chicago's finest. They just say that down there because the Packers have won way more Super Bowls than the Bears. Maybe if you guys start eating ketchup on your hot dogs, you'd start getting a winning season. Just saying. When it comes to cooking steaks on a gas grill, one of the biggest issues a lot of people have is that they sometimes have to overcook their steak to achieve a good sear. Well, with the Weber Q Plus, I didn't have any issues at all hitting a good medium rare on these standard grocery store ribeye steaks. Here's a quick tip on cooking steaks for any of you that are thinking about buying this grill. I turned both of the valves up to high and preheated the Q Plus until I reached right around 700 degrees. When I put them on the grates, I gave them a little bit of a smush, ran it for a minute and a half, and then turned it a total of 4 times. Then I started to check the temps. One of those ribeyes was a tad thicker, so I had to give it about 30 more seconds. But nobody ever complains about getting a medium rare steak with some nice sear marks in about 6 to 7 minutes. Especially when it looks like a steak you used to get back in the 80s at the Ponderosa Steakhouse. Great steak, good prices guaranteed. Have yourself a Ponderosa. Pretty tough. Because this pit has a small footprint, it is a breeze to do some maintenance cleanup on it. After every cook that I did, I just turned both of the burners up to high and burnt off any of that food debris stuck to the grates. Then I just used a grill brush on those grates and scraped them all down while it was still hot. With a newly designed front-facing grease tray, it is really easy to pull out, and with some grill gloves on, you can grab that little tin of grease and dump it out while it's still hot. But after 3 or 4 cooks, you should take off the grates and clean out the bottom of the chamber. Take off that little aluminum cover and scrape all the debris right down into the grease pan. Like all Weber products, there are plenty of accessories you can get for your Q Plus. If you like to go camping, I would certainly add one of those hot plate griddles. I'm a very big fan of rotisserie chicken, and I think in the very near future they're coming out with a rotisserie for the Q Plus. I mean, come on, rotisserie chicken on a portable gas grill? Yummy! My overall opinion on the Weber Q 2800 Plus is very dang positive. I didn't think there was much more that Weber could do to improve this classic little grill. I mean, it's been around for like 20 years now, but they 100% did. As you just saw, the ease of use on this grill just got easier to use. You got the performance of a full-size gas grill in a portable, compact design that can fit almost anywhere. Right now, the Weber Q 2800 Plus retails for $399. Or for another $100, you can get one that comes with a cart. The bonus is, you can even pick from 5 different colors. For a more in-depth review, or maybe you want to just look at some of the accessories that you can get for the Weber Q Plus, check the description below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.